Okay, so let's get kick-started. Okay, we had introduction. Okay, so what is Workday? We all are. So I'm considering all of you as a fresher to Workday. I know you guys are professional. You guys have an experience. But here, since we are learning Workday, and Workday is pretty new to all of you, so I am considering that you guys are fairly new to Workday ecosystem. Okay, so it's very important for one to understand that how Workday ecosystem evolved or what is Workday. Sometimes we might get confused whether Workday is the name of the company or Workday is application or Workday is software or Workday is ERP. So there are a lot of confusion about Workday. So let's sort that out. So Workday is a cloud-based enterprise resource planning. So when we say cloud-based, what does that mean? Any idea what is cloud-based? Wanted to give it a try. What does cloud-based means?
That it can be accessible anywhere, like across. It's not
Exactly.
in premises.
So this is like a cloud-based application wherein the application is a web-based where you need to have an internet connection, and if you have a login credentials with you, and no matter wherever you are where you can have internet and you have credentials, you can able to access the application. So it is not on-premises module, first thing. Secondly, it is on the cloud-based application where you can access. Third point, the data is centralized where the data, so there is a data where all the data what you are entering into Workday ecosystem will be stored at the centralized location. So there is a data center. From that data center, all the customers who are using Workday will be able to access the Workday application. Workday is a leading provider of an application for human resource, finance, student, and facility services. Yes, so they have, let's say, HCM application, financial, student, and faculty services. But we are going to talk about human resource because we are here to learn HCM module of Workday. Okay, so what does Workday offers? Why we are like why everyone or most of the customers are using Workday? So there is a reason behind that. It is an automatic processes, include payroll, benefit, time tracking, expense. I mentioned performance and talent, recruitment. So you name it, you will get it. So Workday is offering all of these module to their customers. Okay, so imagine if I'm a new customer and I wanted to implement Workday. So Workday says, hey, we have all the modules in our scope, and we can offer you all the models which supports the organization. So any organization who wanted to use Workday, so benefit of customer, Workday is saying that, hey, they have all the modules. So you name it, you will get it. So you see, they have payroll, they have business processes, benefits. All of these are modules which are being used by the organization. So Workday is an umbrella where they can get all the modules which requires the organization to function. Okay. Since we are talking about Workday, it's very essential to understand the history. I see there are people who are from PeopleSoft. They might know these two famous personality, Dave Duffel and Anil Bousri. So Dave Duffel and Anil Bousri were owning PeopleSoft. So they were the owner of PeopleSoft. And in 2005, they sold PeopleSoft to Oracle. So what they did, they both sold their product, PeopleSoft, to Oracle, and they came up with a new company called Workday. So now the name of the company which is owning Workday is Workday. So the name of the company is Workday, and the product they are having is also Workday. Okay, so do not get confused whether Workday is a product or it's a company. So it is both. It is name of the company itself is Workday, and they have Workday associated with different modules. So in 2007, they launched their financial. So imagine they are in the market from 2005, where they started their foundation module, which is HCM. Then as the year progresses, they saw that there is a need that customers are also asking for additional module. So they came up with financials in 2007. Then you see Workday expands its product line to HCM application. Then, okay, let me get rid of this, annotate. Yes. Then they go public in 2011. Then in 2013, see, we are talking about AWS, then financials, they started using that. Then in 2015, if you want to expand and if you don't have an expertise in your organization, so what you do, you acquire company who are into masters into that. So Workday has also started doing acquiring the company, and they acquire tools related to talent management. In recent, they acquire Beacon. So you see what they did, they started with HCM, the payroll, finances, then they wanted to get into talent acquisition. And since they were not nowhere in the market, so what they did, they acquired the organization, which means they have the talent, they have the functional people, they have a business people, and they all gathered together to help Workday to develop a new product called Talent. So see, as a progression that started with one module, and then as the year progresses, they came up with multiple or a different modules. Then Workday launched their financial management in 2017, and they expand their project line where they talk about expenses, budgeting tool. They did that. And in 2019, they acquire Adaptive Insight. Adaptive Insight was a human or a talent management stuff, and they acquire Adaptive Insight in 2019. Their recent acquisition is talking about Beacon. Recently, they talk about Survey, or they acquire a new company, Beacon, and now Beacon is part of Workday. So this is the journey of Workday. And if you see their journey, they started with one module, and as the year progresses, they came up with multiple modules. So this was a bit of a background about Workday, that, okay, what Workday as an organization offering to their customer. Okay. Now, before we jump on to what Workday offers or what we are going to do, we need to understand that, okay, what are the job opportunities? Because we all are here for some reason, right? And the reason is very common, that we wanted to get into Workday ecosystem, wanted to get a job opportunity, and then wanted to excel our career in Workday system. So before we talk about it, let's talk about the job outlook. So you see the common job or a job outlook which talks about Workday HCM is a Workday HCM consultant. HCM stands for Human Capital Management. And yes, what we did, there was a research, and based on the research, the trend or the salary approximately, and we have targeted US. So the salary what you see is for US standards, which says 1.5 100 per year and ranging from 100,000 to 215,000 salary. So this is the minimum and maximum salary ranging if one is associated with Workday system. Okay, and now you might say that, hey, I'm not in US, I come from India, or I come from some other continent. Then how are I going to talk about, or how do I know that what is the salary ranges for Workday HCM? Basically, you can simply look out for, just type this in your Google search bar, and it will give you the approximated salary that, hey, if anyone who wanted to build their career in Workday coming from your country where you are, and based on that country, you will be able to get to know about the minimum and the maximum pay which Workday consultant is getting. Okay, then if you see here, the salary ranges from 100K to 215K, and this is as for United States. Okay, what are the job or what are the roles we can target? Because all of or most of us are working professional. That means somebody was working as software developer, someone was into technical, someone was into functional part, maybe into PeopleSoft. So when you say all of these experience also counts, but typically when you work as Workday or work on Workday application, so the roles are majorly called as project manager, that you are managing the Workday implementation. Workday HCM consultant is very common, or anyone who wanted to start their career with Workday. So HCM consultant is something which is very common for a beginner or a maybe person who is having 2 to 3 years of Workday experience. For them, Workday HCM is very common. HR manager, senior executive, and finance manager. These are the common roles which are being given to person who is working on Workday ecosystem. Okay, which industry Workday, which industry Workday has been used? So majorly IT sector are being the one who is leading in this. Then we have e-commerce and automotive. So these, again, it doesn't mean that there are only 3 sectors who are using Workday. We'll just see in the next slide that, okay, which all the other sector are using Workday. But Workday consultant salary trends from, you see, if you are a fresher or pretty much getting into your professional career, then which is ranging from 47K, and then depending upon your experience or maybe your background or education or the way you give interview, or if you are, let's say, doing a good negotiation to get into a salary, so that varies from person to person, but there are different factor which determines this salary range. Okay, so maybe if you are a fresher or a working professional, or maybe the way you give your interview or the way you negotiate on your salary, so these are the factors where the salary of Workday consultant varies. Okay, then since we are talking about the salary trend for Workday consultant, we have taken the trend from 2011, and since then, if you see the range of the Workday consultant, and now basically because we are carrying Workday or a consultant coming from US. So in US, there are two types of job, right? One is permanent job and the other one is contract job, right? So if you see here, mostly when a permanent or a contractor have been started, they have nearly a same set of salary, but sometime or 2019 or maybe in all of these years, the contractual job are getting more. Okay, I'll tell you the reason why it is being more or at a higher side. Because when you work as a permanent employee, you are also getting a lot of benefits, right? So there is taxation involved, then there is your benefits are involved. There are a lot of factors which are being considered. But when you work as a contractor, means you're going to get a salary as a contract, and then the provider with whom you are collaborated, the provider will be paid your amount, and then your contractor or maybe the agency with whom you have collaborated will pay you. So in that case, obviously the ranges are high because you are not a permanent employee. You have a short-term contract or a long-term contract depending upon your expertise, but you are not a permanent employee. And sometimes if you are not a permanent employee, so the salary is going to be at higher side. But again, it is going to be temporary or long-term assignment. So where once you complete the assignment, sometime you get project as early as possible, or maybe sometime you might also have to wait for to get a new opportunity. So there is always a risk involved. But yes, so in US market, you have permanent as well as contractual job associated for Workday consulting. Okay, which industries are being leading with Workday? So healthcare, government, financial services, higher education, then non-profit organization, manufacturing, technology, professional services. So you see all the sectors which are being there in the market, in a global market, all the customers are utilizing Workday as their ecosystem where they are storing their financial data or their human capital management data, and they are using all of, so you name it and you get it, all the sectors which are being used, which are being using Workday as their trusted source of application. Okay, now coming back to the reality that what we are going to get or what we are going to learn. So as I mentioned, Workday offers different range of modules, but we as a fresher or a beginner into Workday ecosystem, we are going to talk about a HCM suite. Now the question arises, why we are talking about HCM suite? Why not payroll? Why not recruiting? Or why not talent and performance? Or you might say that, hey, I carry experience in payroll. Do you think that I can utilize payroll? Yes, you can. You can be an expert into payroll, but the foundation module to Workday is HCM. HCM stands for Human Capital Management. Okay. So any Workday consultant, whether you be in functional part or you be in technical segment, but HCM is the foundation module. So any consultant, even though the consultant is very expert in HCM and he directly wanted to run payroll, that is not possible. If you wanted to work, you have to know HCM. And why we should always starts with human capital management application, we will see that. Okay. And when we talk about HCM, what are terminologies we are going to use? Because we are learning Workday, right? So obviously we should start using Workday's concept. It makes easier for a candidate or a student to understand the fundamentals of Workday. So what we are going to learn when we say, hey, we are going to get a training on HCM, what we are expecting or what you should expect from us, that we are going to bring a concept of business processes. What is business processes? So business processes are workflows. So when you apply to let's say when you apply to job, how the workflow should happen, that you apply job, then your screening will happen, then recruiter will check, interview, then second interview, then HR, and then you will be getting offered. So this is for recruitment. Similarly, when you applying or when you are getting, let's say you resigned and you're leaving the organization, there will also some process which have been used. So we are going to learn all such processes, because each organization, if you guys carry experience of working with more than one customer, you might know that, okay, there are differences. Some organization take 5 days to roll out the offer. Some organization will say, okay, we take 10 days to roll out the offer. So the processes are varied. Though it is hiring, firing, or hiring and termination, or applying for a leave, all of these are processes, but it varies from organization to organization. And to how to configure these kind of business processes, we are going to learn that as part of our HCM. Yes. So report, these days, everyone is talking about analytics, right? How we are going to do the analysis? How are we going to build a report to help our user to do their analysis? Let's say if I'm into HR business, what I'll do, I need a report. I wanted to check the diversity management, wanted to understand which age group of employees working in which sector, or what are the number of employees coming from each location. So all such things can be used or can be run in Workday reports. Okay. Then an organization is saying, hey, I am using Workday HCM, but I'm also using some third party payroll. Okay. Let's say it is Oracle or SAP. And they say that, hey, how do I share my data to Workday application to Oracle or SAP? So you can do via Workday Studio. So Workday Studio is for technical folks who really wanted to explore the technical part of Workday. For them, the concept is called as Workday Studio. Cloud connectors are for, let's say, some Workday is certified, or Workday has a lot of certified integrations with different providers, basically with benefit providers, with payroll providers, where you don't have to bring or write the code from the start. You can directly use some inbuilt connectors, and by using those connectors, you can directly form an integration between two different applications. So you see, in technical part of Workday, we have reports. We are going to talk about Studio. We'll also see what is Core Connector and how an organization can leverage Core Connectors. And importantly, we are going to understand the fundamentals of Workday with a real-time business case. So we have a business studies that, okay, because as I mentioned, Workday started in 2005, but now we are in 2025. Obviously, there are a lot of changes which Workday has came in, and we are going to use the upgraded or the updated versions. So new UI, then new concept, then there are a lot of integration stuff we are going to learn as part of our training. Okay. And prerequisite. Now the question arises that, hey, who all can participate or who all can use Workday application as a consultant? Now, guys, there are two aspects of Workday. One, you are using Workday as your end user, where you are approving somebody's salary, you are hiring an employee, you are terminating an employee. When you say that, okay, I have worked on these, that means you worked on end user side of Workday. But we are not here to learn end user how Workday can be used. We are here to learn how Workday can be configured. Okay. So there is a difference between configuration and using Workday ecosystem. We are going to do configuration, or we are going to learn configuration with a real-time use case associated with a business scenarios. Okay. So what is a prerequisite? People who are familiar with SAP, HCM, or maybe have experience as an or done with some recruitment, or maybe you are part of a project management where you wanted to see that how implementation of Workday can happen. So for all such professionals, you can see that yes, this can be taken care or can be accommodated. Okay, who should take up this course? Because we need to understand whether am I the good fit for this training, or what after the training? What if I'm not able to understand the concept? So we are here, people who are associated with HR business or HR professionals can take care of it, with one with recent graduate into HR or finance, or a professional who wanted to change or get into the Workday ecosystem. So associated with finance or a HR organization can take care of the Workday application. Okay, now training benefit. What thing you're going to get as a training benefit? So as part of Workday training, we are going to learn or understand the fundamentals of Workday ecosystem. Okay, so we are going to start to learn Workday as a fundamentals of Workday. Okay, so when I say fundamental means, we are going to, as I mentioned, I am going to consider all of you as a fresher, and then we will take a baby step to understand the modules which are being given by or there in Workday ecosystem. Okay, then very important part, because training is not sufficient unless it is associated with the tenant. Okay, now, training means, okay, you are here, I am walking you through all the configurations, giving you scenarios. But if you are not able to do a practice, so Workday ecosystem is all about doing a practice. Okay, so I'm going to have a session. Each session is associated with activities. I'm going to do that. Each one of you will have their own assignments and have to be completed. So where are you going to do that? We are going to give you a tenant access. So tenant means it's an environment, a demo environment or a testing environment shared with all of you, where you are going to do all your configuration. So the day one configuration, let's say when we are starting our configuration as day one, from then till the end of the training, whatever you have configured on day one will be utilized throughout in the training. So if you miss to complete one assignment, then the assignment might impact your upcoming activities. And how are you going to do that? You're going to do that with tenant access. Okay. And then, yes, Workday partner company to affiliate certified. So this is very important part of it, because you might have seen that, okay, most of the opportunities, they said, hey, we need Workday certified consultant, or we need somebody who is trained on Workday, or have a partner certification. So Workday is offering, or ZaranTech is offering this option where you can get a official certificate. Okay.
Hey,
For this
Manthan,
segment, yeah.
sorry, Abhi here. So, guys, hi, this is Abhi from ZaranTech. Okay, so I lead and organize the entire Workday training in ZaranTech, and I will be your particular Spock. Like, basically, during the end of the session, I will explain you that how ZaranTech is going to help you in getting certified, because we are recently, tied up with some of the Workday partner companies. Okay, and after the certification, okay, we are tied up with some staffing companies also. Okay, so basically people who get certified. Okay, so we can help you in getting job interviews, and basically we'll be connecting you to the staffing. So we'll explain you the process during the end of the session. Okay, so we will explain you the certification process. Sounds good?
Yeah. Thank you, Abhi. Thank you for
Yeah.
chipping in. Okay,
Yeah.
then yes, as Abhi mentioned, and we are going to talk more about that. What are the opportunities, or what are the further steps once you complete your training? How are we going to? What is our roadmap? Where do we see after 3 years or 5 years? We are going to see that in our subsequent. Okay.
Go ahead. Any question?
Yeah, I have one question. So, Abhi, as you told, like, so you tie up with the partner and will be helping us to place means foreign.
We will explain you. That's what I said during the end
It
of the
is in
session.
India or US? That is what
No,
I
no,
want
that
to.
we will explain you. See,
Okay.
we have staffing. You have to understand. That I'll explain you, because staffing
Okay.
companies, they're in US, India, both are there. Okay, so it is not, because normally our company is registered in USA, right? Okay, so we have both. Okay, and some of the consulting firms do for Canada also. Okay, that we will explain you. Okay, during the end of the session, we'll come to that certification and the
Sure.
staffing part. Okay, we'll do that. As of now, let's go ahead with the content. I mean, anybody's having questions in terms of the content, or we can take it forward. Like Manthan can go ahead. Anybody have?
I see one hand is raised.
Yeah. The training, will you cover security aspect, security module as well?
Yes. So we are going to see that what all topic we are going to cover as part of Workday HCM. To answer your question, yes, security is part of it, where we are going to talk about first the fundamentals of security, then how are we going to configure, as I mentioned, just to give you one example, and then we will move on. Each organization has their own ways of working. Let's say I'm talking about one company. They say that, hey, we don't want our manager to see the compensation of their reportees. Company B is saying, hey, we want our managers to see the compensation data for their reportees. Now you see, both the companies are using Workday, but their requirements are different. How are they going to achieve this? They are going to achieve is a configurable security concept, which is part of our HCM training. Okay. Does this help?
Yes. Okay.
Yeah. Any other questions so far?
Hey, Manthan.
Yeah.
Hey, Manthan. Question is regarding, you said the prerequisites, right? You need to
Yeah.
have the SAP, HCM, and also some HR background or something, right? If we don't
Yeah.
have all those things, are we correctly suited for this first pillar? We only have IT background, but we don't have any other modules like HR module, payroll module
No,
background.
it is recommended or good to have. You might have seen that in the bracket we have mentioned that good to have, which means if you have, it becomes easier for one to understand the fundamentals of Workday. But as I mentioned, no matter you carry HCM experience or a financial experience, we are going to cover everyone as a fresher. So when everyone is a fresher, we are going to start the topic from the foundation, a basic concept. Okay, what is organization? What are companies and cost centers? So anyone who wanted to learn Workday and wanted to shift their career, for them, they are welcome and they can join the training and understand the fundamental. It was just a recommendation, but even when I started with Workday ecosystem being into a programming where I was not having any experience with any modules. I was purely doing programming for first 3 year of my career and then directly jump into consulting. So it is not mandatory that you should have a module experience. Good to have, but if you are not having, that is the reason we are considering everyone as a fresher so that we should cover the topic from the basic. Okay. And in the content also, you will see the first topic which you are going to talk about is the navigation and basic concepts. So that makes anyone who wanted to get into Workday ecosystem, for them, we are going to talk about core concepts and basic navigation, which is the foundation part of Workday. Yeah.
Okay.
Let me see. Okay. We are good. Okay.
Guys, any questions? You can raise your hand or else we'll proceed with the content. No questions? Okay, Manthan, you can go ahead.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you. So we are going to talk about human capital management. So basically, when you say, I'm saying, hey, HCM, so HCM stands for human capital management. The key thing to understand here is if anyone wanted to get into Workday ecosystem, Workday is a configurable application. You see, configurable software as a service. The reason why I'm highlighting this software as a service means, so you're not buying Workday. So you might have seen that, hey, I am buying this application or I'm owning this. So when you opt in, it is like a service. Till the time you wanted to use Workday ecosystem, you subscribe to service with Workday. You say that I need to use Workday for 10 years. I'm just giving you an example. And then you start and then say that, okay, now I'm done with it. I wanted to, let's say, discontinue using Workday. You can also do that. It is just a service. So no, you don't have to own any hardware. Now imagine on the on-premises module, if an organization wanted to, maybe people who have worked on PeopleSoft, they might echo that when you wanted to use any application or a PeopleSoft application, so the first requirement was to have a server, database, network connectivity, internal applications. So there were a lot of things were the prerequisite. Here, when you talk about software as a service, you don't have to do any hardware or software installation. As I mentioned, subscribe to a service, bingo, you can start using Workday ecosystem. So it is configurable. I know sometimes it is customizable. I have heard, can we do a coding? Yes, there is a coding required, but that is only for the technical part. But when you are into functional part, let's say where you wanted to do a configuration, so no coding is needed. That is the very big plus when you get into Workday ecosystem. What does Workday's HCM do? That it helps an organization to staff, okay, the way they hire or terminate an employee, the payroll. When we talk about multinational organization, obviously pay is very unique and it is very local. In India, the payroll processing or the compensation data is different. In USA, the compensation concept is purely different. So what happens if you talk about multinational organization also, there are a lot of local requirements which comes in play. So all such things can be taken care via Workday ecosystem. You can have a global or a global workforce using global consistency. Okay. So let's take an example. Samsung is having their headquarter in, let's say, Korea, but they have their organizations coming from across the globe. How Workday ecosystem? Because Samsung is also using Workday as their HCM module. So in a typical where you see that all of these organizations where they are located in different part of the globe, Workday is being used as a source of truth for their employment data. So in basic or in simple terminology, when I say HCM, so I'm going to talk about hiring and resign. So how an employee or a candidate get into the organization, then after getting into the organization, you go for promotion, demotion, termination, or you apply your leave, you go for your performance management, your salary is being processed, your organization will give you benefits. All such things are part of your HCM module. So right from hire to retire, anything which comes into hire to retire, all such things are going to be part of our HCM module. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Then it offers a unified human resource and a talent management solution. Okay. Now, what is unified? So in case I have given you an example that, let's say I'm an organization using HCM module, and after 2 years, I decided that, okay, let me also use financials. In a typical software industry, if you wanted to use two different module, then they said, okay, you have to do the implementation for 2 years. After 2 years, you will be using, let's say, payroll module. But in Workday ecosystem, this is not the case because Workday is offering different modules. So all the data, when I'm using a data from HCM, same data can be flown to all the different module where the time to implement Workday is being reduced. Okay. So when the time is reduced, time is money. So as an organization, they are saving a lot of money on the implementation because it is unified. Unified means you don't have to do any integration. If you are using Workday HCM, 2 years down the line, if you wanted to use any other modules which are being offered by Workday, all the data coming from HCM will flow directly without any waiting period. So that is unified. Workday enables you to provide a change management, workforce operation and insight. I did mention that how are we going to manage our workforce, or how are we going to have a common operation across the globe coming from multiple countries. So all such things can be taken care in Workday ecosystem. Yes, highlights of it: unified global cloud application where you can see the data from different application move from one to another place. Then it is an actionable insight. It has lot of ML or AI driven things where it becomes very easier for end user to use the application. Agile, okay, human capital management, and very important part, what makes Workday as an unique application, that its user interface. People who are pretty new and they haven't seen Workday in their career, but if you introduce them with Workday, so the navigation or the UI is that simple that it helps you to navigate into the application, and you can use Workday ecosystem with less training. So that is important part of it. Okay. Now, since we talk about what all different module Workday is offering, but the key things, what I'm saying, why we are starting with Workday HCM. You see here, we are talking about human capital management because there are other modules also. There are recruitment, there is talent management, time tracking. But why I am only focusing on HCM? Because if you see, HCM is the core module of all of this thing. So let's suppose you as an organization, you say that, hey, I wanted to use Workday recruiting. So you reached out to Workday And Workday is saying, hey, if you want to use recruiting, then you need HCM. Or to use any of these modules, if you are not using HCM, Workday will say that, hey, this is not possible. So this is the foundation module for any consultant. Okay, so this is going to be a foundation module, and that is the reason we are focusing on starting our Workday journey with a foundation module called HCM. Now, somebody will come back and say, hey, I'm into technical. Do you think that for technical folks, functional training is needed? Yes, even for getting into a technical side of Workday, HCM fundamental is needed. If you are not familiar with the concept, if you're not familiar with the reporting or the processes, then it's become very hard for person who are into technical side of Workday. So even you wanted to explore or flourish your career in functional or in technical side, HCM fundamental or HCM functional is needed, and that is what is being explained here, that HCM being the core concept or a core module, but all the other module, you name it, you will get it. You talk about recruitment, you talk about time tracking, talent management, payroll, planning, project management, benefits, all of these modules. So you see, this is like a one stop where you can get all the other application. And Workday has came up with this application since the time they have started, 2005, and every year Workday came up with new modules so that their customer can be benefited with it. Okay. Then Workday key products. So big data is there. I know this is a really important topic where you see everyone is talking about, hey, data science, how I can leverage data science, how I can do my analysis. Everything can be done with Workday big data. Then there is a recruitment module, how a recruitment can happen. You apply, how a candidate can expose to your system. You can define that with Workday recruitment. Talent management, how are you going to manage internal performance? How are you going to see that which talent is having or coming from which country? You can have that as part of the Workday ecosystem. Time tracking, project management, all of these are the different modules which Workday is offering. But as part of our training, we are going to focus more on the human resource or HRMS side of work. You talk about payroll, you talk about Workday planning or analytics. All are the different modules which Workday is offering. But to kickstart our Workday journey, we are going to focus on the HCM module. Okay, you see, now what are the benefits of using Workday HCM? And what are the different sectors where Workday has been used? So you see professional services, manufacturing and technology. So you see all of these are major sector where Workday has been used. And same thing can be supported by, if you really wanted to see the industry which Workday is covering or the list of customers which Workday is having, I would recommend every one of you to visit this website called www.com or www.workday.com. That will really help you. Okay, let me see if I can get in there just to show you or which segment. So let's say I'm looking out for www.workday.com. So if you really wanted to see that what ranges of customer Workday is having, you can go to the customer, then customer stories. All the giant players in the market are using Workday as their HCM tool. You see, based on the industry, all of these are very familiar names where we have seen in our day-to-day life. And if you wanted to get into the sneak peek of about the list of customers, the customer industry, maybe visit this website to get the more detail about it. Okay. Then, as I mentioned, Workday HCM, we are going to learn Workday HCM, but there are other modules also which are associated with Workday HCM. So if you are using Workday HCM, that means all of these modules. So the first statement, what I mentioned was unified application. So unified means all your HCM data. What is HCM data? HCM data is your hire to retire. Whatever data you have, you can use all such data for your onboarding, for your recruitment, for compensation, absence, or your career development. So you see all of different types of module, and this human capital will share the data with all of these modules. So this is a unified application. Yes, you can use your UI. We are going to see when we kickstart our training. We'll talk about the UI look. Then yes, you can utilize Workday application on your mobile apps to run reports, to approve your reportees time off. You can use Workday on your app also. Actionable analytics. Yes, these days, anything which is associated with the data and you can do your analysis can be done here. And collaboration also. Okay. Yes, now the big one. Why we all are here and what we are going to cover as part of our HCM ecosystem. So you see here, no matter you are an experienced folk or you are a fresher, but we are going to start our session with core concepts and basic navigation. So this core concepts and basic navigation will actually help one to get its foundation clear. I know we are very much familiar with the compensation, what we are getting paid. Okay. But sometimes we only know that, okay, this is my total salary, my tax deduction is happening and I'm getting this in hand. But there are a lot of things which happens which happens at the back end of the system. Let's say where your absences are being calculated, or you joined the organization in mid of the month, then Workday will do the processing based on your daily rate. Okay. So there are a lot of things which happens. We are not concerned on that part. But when we talk about Workday configuration, we'll have to consider all of these things to configure the data. So yes, we are going to start our session with core concepts and basic navigation. Then organization, how are we going to group our workers? Workers can be grouped into different categories. So company, cost center, payroll, pay group. I'm just naming it, but when we actually check or deep dive into organization, we will get more detail about it. Staffing model, how are we going to hire an employee? Each role is having a different set of hiring process or a protocol. So how are we going to set up that part? Jobs and position, how are we going to come up with a position? Then compensation. Yes, when we hiring for a CEO or a hiring for a software developer for the same organization, but there are different processes. When you hire CEO, the processes are different. When you hire an employee with 2 years or 3 years, the processes are different. So we are going to see that how we can derive that in the system. Yes, there was a question related to security. We are going to talk about configurable security with all of these things. And if I'm not giving you reporting, then there is no point, right? Reporting is the output which one needs to do the analysis. So we are going to talk about how we can build a custom report. Now, as I mentioned, the definition of headcount management varies from organization to organization. Just for the example, one organization is saying, for me, the headcount means the people who are in the organization. One organization will saying, for me, the headcount means the people who are there in the organization and the positions which have been opened for the future hires that are my headcount management. So you see, same concept, but have a different definition from organization to organization. Yes, we are going to talk about business processes. In simple terminology, it is a workflow. Then additional staffing transactions, promotion, demotion, transfer, international assignments, and important parts. So all of these topics or chapters are associated with the activity. Okay, what does that mean? Let's say we have created an organization here, and when we do an additional staffing transaction here, whatever you have created will be used here. That means in case, let's say one of you say that, hey, I'm not comfortable dealing with compensation. Can I skip this? If you really wanted to get rid of this, then HCM is something which is going to be very tough, because if you are not aware of all of these concepts, then staffing would not be possible. Okay. So every session is associated with the activity, and each activity is interconnected with the different modules. Okay. So whatever configuration you have done here will be used here. Whatever job or position you have, you can use it here. So you see, if you miss, there is recording available. You go to recording. When you connect to the next session, we can have a Q&A session. That means missing any session or missing any topic is going to harm you guys, because all of these topics are interconnected to each other. Okay. Yes. Now, Abhi, you want to take this topic for Pro HCM certification.
Are you done with the concept? I mean,
Yeah,
topic.
yes.
Okay. All right. Just a second. Let me share my screen, guys.
Okay, I'm stopping the share. Yep. Yeah, and I just wanted to say that. Okay, guys. So I did mention that we have a concept, and all of these concepts, whether you talk about staffing, you talk about compensation, all of these topics are associated with a business case. And once we complete, there is a project that, okay, this is the project you have to create the entire configuration for the hypothetical company. So once we complete that, the project will going to come in picture where you'll be given an assignment to complete the entire. And we are going to follow a implementers approach. So what is implementers approach? That first we will get the requirement. After we do the requirement, we'll do a gap analysis. After we do a gap analysis, we'll do a configuration. Once configuration is done, we are going to test. Once our testing is done, we will share our configuration to our customer. Customer will do a testing, and once customer signs off, then we are going to move all of our customer into a production tenant. So this entire thing is called as implementers approach. So we are going to learn everything from the scratch. We are not going to use any existing setup as part of our training. We are going to do or create everything fresh for our.
Sorry,
Yeah.
you want me to stop sharing my screen?
No, go ahead. I'm done. I just wanted to give them
Okay.
what approach we are going to follow when we go for a training. Yeah.
Okay, all right. Hi, everyone. I hope you have received this cohort link in the chat window. If you guys can acknowledge, that will be great.
Yes.
Okay, excellent. So this cohort has all the details, about the course curriculum, the batch duration, the batch schedule. Okay, I think has explained you about the tenant access. Okay, so basically I just want to give an heads up to all the participants. Okay, so people, whoever will be enrolling for this live training with us. Okay, so you will be getting a dedicated tenant access for 2 months, which you can use it for 24/7. Okay, so you'll be getting a dedicated user ID and a password with the URL link. Okay, so normally the tenant access will be released during session 2 or session 3 as per the trainer instructions. So from the time we release it to you, from that time it will be counted as 2 months of time frame. Any questions, anybody, regarding the tenant access? If no, then I'll go ahead. There are some of the jargons, HR jargons, which you can go through, that will help you to go for this training. Okay, some basic idea. There is a video also, like how to use the Workday tenant. Okay, walkthrough video is also there. Okay, now I'll come to the certification part, which is the most important. Okay, so since everyone knows, right, that Workday certification is not open. Okay, and you can only get certified if in case you're working with a Workday partner company or a Workday customer company. Basically that is a dependency. So there is no other option that you have to get a job in Workday, and only the door will be open to you to go for the Workday certification. That also depends on your current employers, whether they're willing to sponsor for you. Not you cannot take the Workday certification directly. Okay, because the actual Workday training costs you $6,400. Okay, and the certification cost you 800 USD, which is basically one training credit which you'll be getting. Okay, but ZaranTech is the only company right now globally, okay, who can help you in getting certified. How? So we are tied up with multiple Workday partner companies. Okay, some of them are Workday Innovation Partner, Workday Sales Partner, Workday AMS partners are there. Okay, so we refer you. So basically ZaranTech is opening the door for you. Okay, that once you complete the training, okay, you can approach us directly. So basically I'll be the particular point of contact for each and every one of you. Like, see, we have almost lot of certification. Okay, for not only HCM I'm talking about. If in case somebody wants to go for payroll, integration studio, data loading, reporting, advanced reporting, finance, okay, any certification you want, okay, we can refer you to the Workday partner companies. Okay, so there are some of the posts which I want to show you. Yeah, so you can go and check this list, that what category of certification comes under which module. Okay, so for HCM, anybody who takes up this training, okay, so you have to go ahead with the Workday Pro HCM Core Services certification. That is the basic, entry level. Okay, so anybody completes the training, they have to go for this certification. Apart from that, there are a lot of others are there. Workday HCM reporting, compensation, benefits, recruiting. You can check the list here. For example, finance has this many certification. So each and every certification, separate. It's like one training credit you have to purchase, and you can go for it. For finance, we have record to report, contract to cash. So many certifications are there. Payroll also is there. Okay, reporting is also there. See, in HCM, there is a certification which is called as Workday Pro HCM Reporting also. Okay, so somebody wants to go to the reporting certification after taking the HCM training, they can go for this one. But normally, most of the people who doesn't have any kind of technical knowledge or new to Workday, they always go for the Pro HCM core services only. Okay, so okay, this image, see the actual training, okay, for the Workday HCM cost you $6,400 which directly, if in case you're taking the training from Workday, that also it should be a company sponsored, okay, which will give you like 8 days of training, okay, like two trainings, 4 days, $1,300 USD, and another one for $3,200 for 8 days, okay, but the same training you are getting at $699 from ZaranTech. Okay, that's how the pattern. The exams always cost you $800 USD, which you will be getting the one training credit. Okay, the exams pattern has been bifurcated in this weightage, where the staffing setup will be 25%, organization 20%, business process 25, reporting 5, and security 25%. Okay, so people whoever go for the certification through the partner company, they will be always giving you a community access like this, how it looks like. Okay, so in this community there are a lot of materials are there, and this pattern, okay, is as per the actual workday only. That's how the exams pattern will be happening. Okay, so how the exams happen, it will be a proctored exam. So what is called proctored exam? So you'll be having a software setup installation in your system. Okay, and that will be happening like 360-degree angle camera check will be there. Okay, ensure that there are no background applications will be running in your system. Okay, so it will be 50 questionnaires which will be for 2 hours, and the passing percentage is 40 questions out of 50, which is like 80%. Okay, so if in case you fail in the certification, okay, that is gone. So basically one training credit means it's a one attempt. Okay, and if in case you clear the certification every 2 years, okay, you have to go for the renewal. Okay, and the renewal cost will be 0.25 training credits, which is USD $200. Okay, that's how the process work for the certification. And once you cleared the certification, right, okay, you will be having a Workday LMS ID generated, which is a unique ID which will be associated with your partner company. Okay, so for example, if you got a certification cleared under one partner company, and if you are getting a job in another Workday partner company, you have to give your LMS ID to them and the domain, the email ID through which your partner company has created your community access email, right? So you have to give that. So they will onboard you in that company, partner company, and they will offboard you from the current one. That's how the process works. You will not get any certificate, after you complete the Workday certification. You'll be getting a badge from Credly, which is called as Workday. Okay, this is a course completion certificate from ZaranTech, which you'll be getting. Okay, if you go through this link, right, okay, I can show you there are some couple of students who has cleared the certification. Okay, you can see Jenny, one student. Okay, she has given one testimonial, okay, that she has cleared the Workday certification in the first attempt itself. Okay, there are a lot. I'm going to show you more. Okay, and those things already we have posted in the LinkedIn also. Okay, yes, you can see. I'll go one by one. See, I mean, when you go to the cohort, you can directly talk. We have shared you the LinkedIn link and the testimonial in the LinkedIn page also. See,
Again, I posted the.
Oh, yeah, already you're there, right?
Yeah, I posted the LinkedIn post. They can see it.
Okay, all right. So, guys, any questions? I mean, I can go ahead and take the questions right now. Guys, anybody has any questions regarding the certification?
Yeah, hi, Abhi. So I have two queries. First one is regarding tenant. Is it a one-to-one tenant, right? Not shared.
No, it's not a shared one. Okay, it's not a shared one.
Is it available on weekends also, like Saturday and Sunday?
Yes, I mean, see, okay, yeah, go ahead.
Tenants are available 24/7. When weekly Workday tenants go down because of maintenance, when they go down from Workday, it will be down. When it is up, it will be up.
Okay.
But it is one-on-one tenant. That's a great question. And the reason this person is asking this question is because if you go to the market or go to google.com and type in Workday training, you will get training from $99 also. Some people would give it to you for free also. But it's not the cost which matters to you, it's your time, which is very important. And I think everybody here would agree with that, is your time is important. you want to invest your time into something which really works. Our system works. We are the only company which can get you pro certified outside of Workday, because we connect with many partner companies, and we ourselves are a partner company through PeopleFlow. The second thing is we provide tenant access, which is one-on-one compared to everybody else. There's many companies, I don't want to name names, but they all provide shared tenant. What that means is that many students will have access to the same tenant based on a time slot. Vinod, I'm going to come to your hand here. I see your hand. So, like, for example, student 1 will have access from 7 to 9. Student 2 will have access from 9 to 11. We don't do that slotted time-based access. Every student, one student, one tenant, 24/7. Do what you want. But we do have some restrictions as to don't do this, don't change so many BPs, which are already there. There's so many things, we'll tell you not to do, because if you do, then the whole tenant goes down because of that. But all of that we'll tell you. Any other questions?
Guys, I just want to explain one more thing, that ZaranTech is the only company who has built a platform which is called as Workday Pro Certification Practice Test Platform. So we have designed a platform where, you can literally come and take the assessment, how to practice for the actual pro certifications which you are going to appear for. Okay, so you'll be getting 3 attempts, and normally people who has taken the practice test platform from us, okay, 87 to 90% of the people has cleared the exam in the first attempt itself. Okay, I have shared a Loom video. Okay, you can see the chat window, which has, all the detailed explanation. And this platform, okay, it looks like this. Okay, you'll be getting it from Do Select, and it has all the, certification questionnaires which you will be going to appear for, the actual practice exams. It similarly has been developed in that way. Okay, and that cost you $199.
Abhigan, would you mind opening that LinkedIn post so they can personally see that?
Yes, Alok. Yes.
I'll post that in the chat. Give me 1 second. No, I'm posting in the chat. Just open that LinkedIn post so they themselves can see how everybody has posted their.
Okay.
It's the last one.
Yeah, sure.
So I just shared that post. Go ahead, and this is about our pro certification practice test platform. We are the only ones who built it. If you go to the comment section.
Yes.
And here you can see all the comments from the students and links to the student posts, what they have made. Click on that image, please. Yeah, and you can click on any image. Yeah. So these are some things you can see directly as to, we posted the screenshots, and some were okay with us posting their LinkedIn profile. So we posted that as well. So that post, you can connect with many.
So absolutely. You can directly go and connect with some of the people who have posted their LinkedIn profile also.
And all this information is provided in your cohort document. I think you have the cohort document right in front of you. So check that out. Everything is in there. But let's take some questions.
I just wanted to clarify, once we enroll for this course, and do we get access to this platform for the preparation where we have this?
Yes, you have to pay $199 and you'll be getting the practice test access. Yes, you have to pay $199 for that.
Okay, so apart from this course fee, right?
Yes, absolutely. That comes up with a separate cost, because you'll be getting 3 attempts to practice. So 3 times you can take the practice test attempts.
So this platform is built not only for the learners of this course. This platform is built for anyone going for certification. So this platform is a paid platform. We were just showing you, we have built a platform. For the money you pay for your course, you get access to instructor-led live training for 40 hours. The 35 hours plus 5 hours of the job readiness. You get access to a tenant, which is 2 months. Then you get other, documents and all that stuff access. And then we also do staffing. We don't do staffing, but for those people who get certified, we have a staffing program as well through a lot of different consulting staffing companies we work with. And
understood.
And the biggest benefit for you to go through our training company it's to get certified. If you go through another company, you're not going to get certified. It's going to take you about 4 years. And that's where, the benefit is. So, and we don't entertain anybody who's not trained with us, because we already have over 270 people getting certified through us just in 2025. So we can only work with our learners, and we only take them through the certification. So certification, Workday certification is basically, you can only, since it's closed certification, you have to work for a partner or customer company to get to certification. We get you through that door through our partner and customer company. Partner company, not customer company. All right. Okay. Let's go to the next question. Nagur.
Yeah.
Nagur?
My question is, Hi. Hi, everybody. So my question is, so the last one Abhi showed, right, regarding the payment of 199 for the mock test. I think it's a kind of mock test, right? Three different, I think beginner, medium, intermediate, I think advanced. I think three.
Same difficulty level. I'll explain you how the difficulty level works.
This one, I think so. You're talking about this.
No.
Yeah, the 199. Yeah.
Okay. Yes, I mean, every certification, it's a separate one, right? So that will cost you $199. For example, if you're going for the Pro HCM Core Services certification, that will cost you $199. It's like that.
Question. Okay. Sorry. Let me complete question. Sorry. Yeah. My question is, by taking this training course, which is teaching by Manthan, going to teach by Manthan, so is it not sufficient to go for the certification, or we have to again top up of this certification courses to be do?
No.
Go ahead. It is sufficient.
Yes.
Let me ask you one question on top of that.
Yeah.
After your training program, obviously you have to pay for the certification because you are the one going for the certification. You don't have a sponsor like a customer or a partner company, correct? So you are spending $800. If you're very confident that you don't need any practice, go for it. Go for it. We admire that, go for it, clear it in first attempt. Just because we have had so many, and I don't know if you all know, but over 50% of the people who take the certification fail. If you think certification is easy, then this is your wake-up call. 80% is a score. You have to score. Every answer, multiple choice question answer looks the same. And I'm not saying, just saying. If you want, we can bring in all those people who have taken the certification and, we can have a one-on-one and you'll know. Everybody's going to give you this learning path first. Step one, get registered and on the Workday community, obviously by paying $800 because that's what Workday charges. Use the community. Workday community has the most number of questions and resources which you can read up on to clear the certification. And then practice on the tenant. They will all tell you the same thing. Our practice test platform is just an additional thing which we have built because a lot of learners keep coming to us saying that, hey, do you have any platform for us to test ourselves? Because, they do 2 and 3 attempts and they fail. That's a lot of money, But when they go through us, we have a passing rate of 87% first attempt. So that helps. And, it's not just that. We have the proof as well. So then you can talk to those students as well who have cleared the certification. Does that answer your question?
Yeah, that's a very good answering, Alan. So the next question is, by taking this questioning, right, that 199 top up. So is this a standard? I mean, it's going to be changed 3 attempts, or it's the same set of questions will be repeated and explained?
What do you think?
My guessing is it's a random questions. It will be keep on changing.
Yes, correct. So the weight of the question is right in front of you. 25% staffing setup, organization 20 setup, 20%. BP is 25, reporting is 5, security is 25, right? I think, yeah. So that is the setup. Your questions will be random. For us to build a questionnaire for each certification takes us over 220 hours. For us to just build one set of questionnaire or practice test platform mock test takes over 220 hours. You'll be like, why? Why is that much? It is taking so much time? Because we talk to at least 10 certified professionals who have recently certified. And then on top of that, we have to build over 1,000 questions because we have to have it random with the same level of difficulty. Now, when you take the actual certification exam from Workday, your difficulty level is 80% because 80% is a passing rate. Our difficulty rate is 90%. So it's better for you to fail with us than actual Workday because you lose almost $800 every time you fail and then have to wait for another 4 days and pay again $800 and take the attempt. So, all right, Nagur?
Okay.
Alok, just to add on to your point, because Workday is coming up with a release twice a year, which means every 6 months they are going to have something new to their modules, and we are also incorporating those as part of our Q&A session, which means it is every 6 months it's a renewal process for us also to include all of these new questions or new setup or enhancements, which should also be part of the questionnaire. So just to add Alok's point, that he mentioned that he is spending a lot of hours there, but he also have to make sure that it is compliant with the new modules or a new enhancements.
Yes. Also, when you join, can I share my screen?
Yes.
Abhigyan?
Yes, sure. I'll stop.
Did you talk about like following one business case scenario throughout the course? Did you talk about that?
No, I haven't shared that.
Okay, 1 second. There is something I wanted to share with you guys. Give me 1 second. What was that? Do you guys have access to that new course material? Mayank, right? Mayank had that access, right? The trainer Mayank. Hello?
Yes, Alok.
1 second. 1 second, guys. Just give me 1 second. I'll open that up. I just wanted to show them that folder, the Mayank folder, so they can see the new PowerPoint structure. They can have an idea about how we follow the new PowerPoint style of training. Jeez. 1 second. Here, 1 second, 1 second. Give me 1 second. I know where it is. I'm just opening it up. Come on. 2 minutes, guys. Just 2 minutes. I'm almost there. All right, I got it. So we are trying to, so here, my bad.
Meanwhile, I think there are a couple of hands raised.
I'll explain, then we can go with the hands, okay? Give me 1 second. Or else I'll lose this chain of thought, okay? So we do a lot of corporate trainings. Like we do training directly for Genpact, TCS, KPMG, LTIMindtree, Tech Mahindra, all of that stuff. They go through us directly for their training. Wipro, we are doing trainings with Wipro. We are actually doing placement for Wipro too. And we do also work with many South Indian colleges in India, and we train their students, college students, and bring them we fill that gap between college and company. That gap we fill, we train, we bring them, do the interview process, and then directly place with the companies. Anyways, Manthan, you might want to also see this. Here is one thing I want to talk about. So this is something we learned ourselves, and it has worked very well for us, okay? So I'm going to take you through this. So let's say we are going with this particular topic. Right in the beginning, we will take a company, Global Corp, okay? And this whole company's business case scenario will follow through in every PowerPoint. So you, as a learner, will have a very good idea for one company throughout your course, how that business case and everything will work. So this whole business case is taken for that company in every slide. So now you can relate your learning to a company. Do you understand what I'm saying? So for example, let's just go to topic 8. Again, that same company reference will be given at all times. See, it'll be somewhere here. But so we use the same business case throughout our course. Same business case from that same company. You'll see it here somewhere. Okay, that's something I wanted to cover as part of this, so you have a clear understanding on that. And also, I'm going to show you something else. Give me 1 second. So this is our learning management system for AI masterclass, but that's not more important. This is more important. So we also have started posting the student details. So for example, Sheikh MD had 16 years of experience in SAP and why they are wanting to learn this course. We also post that up as part of the LMS. Okay. Why? Because then your trainer can coach you in that for you. You know what I'm saying? So coach you for you. So the learning stays exactly like the one you want. Not too much changes, because then it'll be like unique for everyone. But so they always learn that, this is what your experience is, why you're learning this. So we post all that details as well. I just wanted to show you a little bit. Okay. All right. I will take some questions. If you have any questions on this, I'll just give you 1 minute to ask questions, and then we'll take other questions. Any questions on what I showed you?
Yeah. The PPT you showed, right, just now, I think it's like a more practical one. It's converted into PPT style. So where we can understand how the companies, the style, they're preparing the workflows and business process, right? I think I correlate to that one, I think.
Yeah.
So what kind of questions, what kind of requirement will come from the company? So the same practical things we'll implement when we are doing the walkthrough sessions and the training.
So
yeah.
Instead of just talking about generic talk about our company, we take a company. You know what I'm saying? We define the company first and then go with that business case throughout. So then it becomes very relatable to a learner.
Yes.
This has actually worked for us very much. I mean, as you can see, we train for many different companies. So yeah.
This PPT also, shall we get it? Well,
yeah. No, I'm just showing. Yeah, you will get everything as part of your learning management system. Did somebody show them learning management system or no?
No.
Really?
Not sure.
Okay, one second.
I think it was explaining the background of the HCM and everything. So probably that is the mistaken.
Yeah, no, it's pretty simple. It's not too much, but I'll show you guys. Okay, give me 1 second. It'll take 2 minutes for me to explain you. I'm going to show you the published site. What you're going to see. Okay, why is this? Sorry. All right, so don't worry about this. It will fill up. Once you get access, once you enroll with us, and once you start taking our training, you'll get access to a learning management system, which is going to look something like this. Okay, you can only access this if you're logged into your Gmail. As you can see in the same tab, I'm logged into my Gmail. A support team in the backend, can you fix this? Okay. And then once you get the access,
yes, sir, I'm doing.
You won't be able to log into this learning management system outside of if you're not logged into your Gmail. Obviously, you all are logged into your Gmail on your cell phone, on your computer, so you will be able to access. Now, you can raise the ticket directly here by filling the form if you have any issues with the tenant or whatever. The course curriculum is divided into 3 parts: fundamentals, HCM, job readiness. Very clearly, you will know what it is. Material section, so there is 3 parts to it: fundamentals, HCM, and then your materials for your certification. I'll come to the material section here in a little bit. Let me go straight to the video recording section. So video recording is where you get all the video recordings, including the demo you're attending right now, will be posted here. You can watch these videos anytime you want from any device. You will have access to this LMS from the day you start training for 1 year. If you want further extension, just reach out to your salesperson and they will extend it. Normally, you should not, because this whole point of somebody, I've been in this industry for 16 years. A lot of times people always say lifetime access. That's just junk, because if you're going to learn Workday HCM and want lifetime access, you should understand why you need the access lifetime. If you are taking an access for lifetime, that means you're telling yourself that you're not going to learn and get a job. So we push you in a way that you are driven to get that job. So that's why we restrict a lot of things. So you're like, oh, it's time limit. Think about it. If I told you your access is only for 2 months, you'll binge watch everything and that's it. But since you have Netflix access forever because you're paying a little amount, you watch 1 or 2 movies maybe in a week, So that's the whole point. We've seen this. Trust me. We've got analytics on our on the data. As you guys know, we are very big on video courses also. Our platform on video Workday has every video course out there. I mean, we have over 200 courses here on our platform. So we have analytics. We have a lot of analytics. In fact, I'll show you something. Give me 1 second. Let me make sure I'm not. Give me 1 second. Okay, just 1 second. Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to play this one more time. Okay. This is our Teachable platform I showed you for public view. Teachable. We have SAP courses, Workday courses. If you see SAP, we have over 165, and then we are posting another. We post about 2 to 3 courses, new courses here. And under Workday, we have a lot of courses here. But this is a public view, but that's just to show you. This is an admin view. Can someone read how many students we have? Just on our video platform, we have 114,000 students. So we have analytics. We have huge amount of analytics. So we have we know what is how much students actually watch the recording or go through that. So that is why we always tell you, it's the purpose of your training is to learn, get better, get certified, get a job, and learn on the job, and then learn more with us, and then get more certified, and then get a better job. You upskill all the time. So that's your recording access. Meeting links is pretty simple. You will have meeting links right there. Click on it, attend. Date, time, everything else. Then you have your attendance, which is again pretty simple. You will have all the attendance here. This is very important for us. Now let's come back to the material section. You will have, somebody was asking, do we have access to the materials? Yes, right here. All your session PowerPoints, all your assignments, all your lab activity. If you would have noticed, you would have seen that ZaranTech does not use any of Workday logos. Okay? We don't. We build everything ourselves. We don't use any material for Workday, nothing. Everything is built up. Everything. All the assessments, all lab activities, everything is built ground up. And if any one of you know who I am, so I'm going to show you that as well. Also, I'm an influencer, big influencer for SAP and for Workday. If you want to connect with me, I'll share that. I'm very big on LinkedIn. So, I mean, I'm literally connected to the best of the best in the industry for Workday. So let me just share that for you. There's lots of questions. And then another one, which a lot of people use, is our learner community. This is also pretty big. What is going on? So let me just share this learner community. Please make sure you get access to this learner community. All you have to do is just go, and I'll show you why you need access, okay? A lot of you guys are like, why are they asking us to follow all these pages? Well, I'll show you the benefit of this. Give me 1 second, okay? That's your learner community. Now, what is the benefit of following us on learner community? So first thing you're going to do is go to this community, click on this bell icon, and then click all and save. Why you want to do that? Here. We post, this is what we post. If you want to see some reviews, we'll post quick reference guides, but this is the best part a lot of people like. We go live and put a full course on YouTube, which runs for like 5 hours, 8 hours sometimes. If you don't have access to our learner community and you have not followed, you will never receive this notification. Like this, we literally have all the courses go live. Sometimes the course will run for about 8 hours straight. So you can learn full courses. See this one, SCM, supply chain management. I mean, all this stuff is posted right here, but if you are not a part of our learner community, you're not getting access to it. And we post a lot of resources. Here. All the question answers, you can see reviews, we'll post quite a lot of reviews we'll post. And then some videos we post, huge amount of content, huge. And pro certification tips, prep, what to expect, we post it. If you're not, and like I said, you're starting your career in Workday. Obviously, all these resources are very important to you. So that's why. All right. So I am going to go ahead and show you I think I showed you the learning management system. So I think this is about it. If anyone has any question, please raise your hand, or maybe I'll see how many have raised your hand. And
the question is, hello.
Who's this?
Yeah, Nagur. Yeah.
Go ahead, Nagur.
Yeah. The question is how to get the community access. I mean, that is one is from the LinkedIn, the one, not this one, the actual Workday community. So
access to. So give me 1 second.
Nagur, you're talking about the Workday actual certification, Workday community you're talking about?
Yeah, correct.
Yes,
that the partner company will provide you, right? Once you register for the certification process.
Or not from the ZaranTech.
No, ZaranTech is not a partner company, right? So we are introducing you to the partner companies, right? So once you plan for the certification, you pay them and they'll be setting up your community access where you have the Workday Learning Center where you're going to schedule your exam from there itself.
Okay. The question is, I mean, if I'm working in the partner company, so my career changed to Workday. So do I need to be certified before I join the community, or is just a request from the...
Go ahead and read this. I'll give you guys 2 minutes to go ahead and read this. All right? This is your process. Did this answer your question, Nagur?
But the community, regarding the community, there is nowhere in the points here.
I will explain you of how that process works. Let us go ahead, and there are some couple of folks who has different questions.
Okay.
Maulali, if you can go and unmute yourself.
Yeah, go ahead.
All our training sessions are reading will be downloadable.
And no, nothing is downloadable.
Is there any access expiry?
Yes, I think I explained that. But our LMS, everything what we provide you access is on SaaS platform. Like everything is cloud based. If you don't have internet access, you cannot watch anything or do anything on our platform. Nothing on our platform is downloadable. Not even the recording, PowerPoints, documents, nothing. You have to use everything online. Okay. Did you get that answer? What are the partner companies it is associated with and how much time it would take? I don't understand how much time it would take. I mean, you've got to be more specific. You can unmute and ask your question.
Yeah, thanks, Alok. No, I understood the explanation that you gave. I was like, my second part of my question was how much time, like once the certification or once the training is done with ZaranTech, you will be introduce us to partner company, and then they will like we have to pay $800 for the Workday Pro certificate when
Correct.
once we are associated with Workday partner company, right? I hope I'm getting it correct.
Yeah.
So like $699 that we are paying, that is for the training part, right?
Yes. Okay. First of all, you have to understand what you're paying for 600. When you're paying 699, you're paying for the training, you're paying for the tenant access, and you're paying for us to open that door for you for certification. Okay. If we don't open that door, and if you take this training from someone else for $199 or $299, there are many cheap companies out there. Nobody's going to open that door for you. Okay. And I've heard, not 100% no, I know about this. Somebody was telling me, some good source was telling me that there are companies who are doing that, but they charge you just to open that door. When I say door, is door to get to certification, right? For that partner company, to connect with the partner company and all that stuff. For that door, they charge about $1,000 to $1,200 on top of your $800.
Okay.
So we don't charge anything extra. Nothing. You just take this training, $699. You get a live training, you get the video recordings if you miss a session, you get the tenant access, you get all the materials, and we open that door when you're ready. So again, one more time. Once you are trained and once you've practiced enough, finish all your labs, and you are confident that you can go for the certification, step 2, you reach out to us and fill out a form saying that, hey, I want to go for my certification. Then the partner company sends you an agreement. You sign that agreement. Obviously you're going to pay them, right? And then you pay that amount directly to them. You don't pay anything to us, $800, right? They pay to Workday to get you certified. They get you an ID and all that good stuff. Like it says here, they get you access to WC and WLC. If you are unmuted, please mute yourself. Okay.
Yeah.
No, not you. Someone else. But sorry. So if I'm answering a question, somebody's talking in the background, it just disturbs the class. So WLC is Workday Learning Center and WC is Workday Community. Okay. This is not only use these accesses are only for people who are employees of customer and partner company and Workday itself. So then you get access to Workday Community. And Workday Learning Center is just basically a place where you can schedule your exams. Okay. Workday Community is where you have your learning. Again, closed ecosystem. Then what we ask you to do is, if you are dedicated enough and you want to spend really good time on learning, then you should spend at least 10 days on Workday Community after you've got that access to learn from it. And then you should go to the Workday Learning Center and schedule your exam, because you can schedule anytime you want. Because you paid that amount, it will show that you have a credit there, and you can schedule it after 10 days, you can schedule it after 2 weeks, you can schedule whenever you want, depending on how confident you are. Normally during this, so let's say people have a scheduled date, let's say December 21st. People have let's say I have a scheduled date of January 10th. Most people, what they do is 10 days before, they will buy this pro certification practice test platform and then practice. Okay. 3 attempts they'll practice. And also you have to understand, you have to give at least 48 hours between 2 attempts. Why? Because then the first attempt will tell you what you're lacking, so you can practice that and then go for the second attempt. First attempt, 98% of the people fail on us. Why? Because it's made tough. But there is a reason for it. It's because it's tough. But people do clear it. 98 is actually bad. It's 90% people fail. It's tough. But then that prepares. By third attempt, we have seen almost 95, 98, 95% clear that step. Now you're clearing a 90% scoring rate test. Then they go to the certification and clear that easy. First step. Was that clear? Explanation?
Yes. That was
Awesome.
quite detailed, and it was like
simple, but I have to explain your detail. You guys are new, so you guys are new, so it's okay, And
no,
then
it was actually well explained.
Yeah, thank you. And then one more thing you have to understand is every 2 years, before I say this, November 1st, 2024, before that date, the certification pattern was totally different. Okay. Again, November 1st, 2024. Before that, the certification pattern was completely different. Okay. Now it is changed. This certification pattern is after November 1st, 2024. And if you want that guide, I think we have posted that guide for you. It's a 225-page guide. You can go over that. Now, before it was yearly recertification, now it is 2 years. Every 2 years, you have to recertify. And recertification is very easy. Don't worry about this. But for that, you have to pay 0.25 credit. 0.25 is 25% of 800, which is 200. Now, what is an LMS ID? Because you are a unique person, per employer, you get a LMS ID. So for example, let's say you go for a job interview and they're like, what is your certification LMS ID? That's all they'll ask you. And you give them the LMS ID. Since they're a partner and customer company, they can always go into the system and find out who you are, what you've learned, what you've certified for. So this is very important. We just mentioned that here. Exams are managed by Question Mark. Question Mark is a company. Okay. Also, another thing I want to tell you all, so you are aware of this, okay? All right, and I'm going to show you because it's better to just show you than shoot. All right, okay, I can't log in. But we have a very big community on Telegram, okay? And the Telegram community is open for everyone to post questions, answers, support, whatever. It's about 2,800 people. We have seen a lot of people come there and post, hey, if you want to clear your certification, 100% guarantee I can clear you. We are all Desi. Most of us are Desi people, so we know how companies are. It is absolutely impossible for someone to take an exam for you. How the exam platform is set up by Workday, I'll explain. The requirement, you have to be connected. Once you're connected on your computer for the exam, you have to sit next to the computer with your back towards the door of the room. There cannot be more than one door in that room. There cannot be any other person in that room. You cannot have any other software running which does screenshots, screen recording, anything. They will actually test that. The minute you have it, without saying, the exam will be discontinued. They will have you take the camera, move the camera around throughout the room, 360 degrees. They'll ask you to put the camera next to your ear. They'll look behind your ear if you're wearing a microphone. On the top of your computer, on the bottom of your keyboard, on the back of your keyboard, everything they will see. And then you start the test once they have cleared you. Once you start the test and you score an 80%, and you're like, wow, I cleared and I'm certified, they're not going to tell you the result right away. Why? Because while you were taking the test, they were actually recording your eye movement. Again, while taking the test, they were recording your eye movement. They need at least 24 to 48 hours too. If you were actually reading the question or you were cheating. Sorry to use a word I normally don't. But so if anyone says, hey, I can clear for you this and that, delete that person, block that person. We are the experts in this. We have done this for 10 years. If you want to waste your money, you can go that route. But if you want to really study and clear, there is only one route, all right? So just want to warn you because there's so many people asking this and that. I was like, no, you cannot. It's impossible to someone to take a test for you and all that stuff, okay? Again, I don't know how many people are here. I mean, there are a lot of people enticing you for this and that and all that stuff. Don't fall for it. In fact, I'll tell you this, if somebody can clear your certification for you, I'll pay them $5,000 cash. Prove me wrong. I've done this 10 years. All right. Now, I'll take some questions. Go ahead.
Kumar, question. This one is, we have to go to the admin center or we have to take online exam? Any examination centers or we have to take online?
It's an online.
It's online.
Oh, there is no examination centers like how we take AWS.
Okay. Raise your hand if you're from India and located in India. Raise your hand if you're in India, Indian located in India. I have to be specific, if I say India. Okay, 6 people have raised your hand. Workday opened their GCC, first GCC in Chennai, 3,000 employees. And Workday is now opening in Pune, Bangalore, and many different cities. So if you're in India, there is huge amount of work coming your way. Get certified. Get certified ASAP. Okay. that's my recommendation to you. If you want, I can share that post with you. I think I have it somewhere. If you're not following me, follow me, but give me 1 second. I'll share that. So it's Workday is getting very big. And I'm the top 7th person in the world for SAP out of 3.5 million people. I've been doing SAP for quite a long time, 16 years. Workday is, 10 years, but I follow it very carefully and closely. So there is a post I made. I just want to show you. Where is that post? I don't know. I'm sure I won't be able to find it. About how Workday is getting, how big Workday is going to get in India. So if you are in India, this is an amazing opportunity for you. I'll share that post. But Abhigyan, if you can find that post, can you share that, please? There is a post I made, right? All right. I'll take other questions if you have any. In the meantime, go ahead.
What about the self-paced study things in the ZaranTech? How much I need to pay for that one? I think it's around 200, right? 299.
Okay. Can you ask me that question one more time? I'm confused. What did you ask?
Self-paced training.
Yeah, that is self-paced video courses.
Okay.
Okay. So let me just share this post one more time. Okay. Just quickly, I'll post and I'll answer this. This is the post. So you can read this post. Workday is doubling down on India as a core innovation hub, and then already operating in Pune, Chennai, Mumbai, 1,000 plus workforce, and the company is set to cross 1,200 employees this year. Well, so this is wrong. This one is wrong because in Chennai office, the GCC in Chennai has about 3,000 plus, and this guy is the guy. He's leading the Indian division. So this also. With this example, I want to tell you something else. If you're not on LinkedIn, right, you are doing yourself injustice. See, I can literally reach out to this person straight. In fact, I can make a post and tag that person every time. When I tag this person will see that notification in the mention section. So you can connect. So for example, let's say, I'll just open this person. He's the VP, Singapore. He is connected. I can reach out to a VP straight. Most of these people are always connected to me because I'm connected to like I said, I'm connected to quite a lot of people on the top. See, I've already sent them a message. But if I were to reach out to this person through intros, all that friends of friends introduction, it would never happen. But here, I can reach out to them. So if you are struggling and if you want to get a LinkedIn profile going, we also have that. We will share that cheat sheet with you. Nitin, can you share that cheat sheet? That link for the cheat sheet, it's under job readiness program. So yeah.
Yes, sir, I'm sharing.
LinkedIn is the best thing you can ever get into. And, content wise, it showcases you and your strength. Okay. Another thing I'll show you is that, let's say you type in Workday and you're looking for a job. You can literally go to groups and see how big these groups are. 5,000 members, 3,000 members, 2,000 members. So 25,000 members. But that's a users group, but still 16K members. You can make a post and get in front of all of these people in one try, one shot. So there are huge advantages of being on LinkedIn. But okay, I'll take some more questions. I don't see any hands raised. Is certification mandatory? No, it is not, but it is preferable if you're looking for a job.
Alok, I have a question.
Yeah, please go ahead.
So basically, why I want to do this certification is we have a lot of requirements for Workday, but I am not sure how to step inside that particular opportunity. So my question is post the training, will be there any guidelines or anything can help me to get the internal role itself, interview preparation?
Absolutely. Yeah, I'll personally give you my email ID, all of you. Okay, alok@ZaranTech.com. I'll give you 10 seconds to copy that. Well, somebody did this. Okay, alok@ZaranTech. Can you see my screen?
Yeah.
Okay, copy that. Send me a question. I will give you a detailed roadmap. Okay.
Okay.
Yep. Yes. So tell me what you're doing right now. You probably are PeopleSoft consultant with 10 years of experience. You want to get into Workday. You want to start your career in Workday. You want to get an internal job with Workday. All of that good stuff. Just tell me, or maybe share your LinkedIn profile. From that I can get it.
Yeah, already I have connected with you. And just now I've sent a connection here.
Send me an email. Mostly connection is, because I got like pending connections of, I think, 6,000 connections. So.
Okay, definitely. Another question is like post this training, right? How confident I'll be to apply jobs outside? Let's say if I apply any job outside, is the certification needed or not? Yeah, that's
Okay,
me.
let me tell you something. 90% of the jobs out there right now are wanting certified consultants. If you want for us to work with you for placement, because we have like about 10 or 15 staffing companies who want our consultants who are certified to do the placement for them. They're asking for certification. Do I recommend certification? Does certification do anything good for you? No, it doesn't. Personally, I don't care about certification. Why? Because what good it is doing when you can't do your job, correct? But that is not what the industry says. The industry is saying right now, every recruiter, if you're not certified, it's very difficult to work with you. Same, let's say it straight up, okay? So that's how the market is right now, and that's why a certification is very important, okay?
Yeah.
We don't push you towards it. We just recommend it. And also, by recommending it, like other companies would recommend you to do it, but then they don't do anything for it. Well, we open that door to get you certified. We are the only company. Think about it. Some of you guys will be like, oh, this is a great training. Training's good. ZaranTech has a good name. ZaranTech's placed so many people, then all of that good stuff. But they're like, it's expensive. Well, we have a price of $699 on purpose. We don't allow any discounts, not even a 5% discount. Why? Because if we discount our program, then we're discounting the program itself. We're discounting the trainer quality. We're discounting our program details. We're discounting everything, and we don't want to. Take it or leave it. You are doing injustice to your own self by taking another training program with someone else, because it will take you 4 years to get certified. So certification is very important at this point, especially when you're new. Does certification give you this, star on your shoulder so you can do a better job? No, nothing. Your experience on the job is very important to do the job. But industry is asking for certification. So I don't know if I answered the question for you. I know it's
thanks.
It is expensive. Don't get me wrong. A lot of folks from India or other region know that it's very expensive. But I'll tell you this: don't look at this from the point of an expense. Look at this as an investment for you. Okay, will it pay off? Okay, you can ask that same question to 100 people in the industry right now, some Workday experts. But when I answer that question for you, I am going to answer with a lot of numbers. For example, currently, if we train about 160 to 180 students per month on all different modules, for every student we train on SAP, we train 10 students on Workday. So with that said, the demand. Workday is growing, crazy. You can see the demand. Look at the stock value of Workday and the roadmap for Workday. Workday just bought out Sana for $1.2 billion, not billion dollars. If that company does not have money, why are they investing so much? Workday is following a lot of the path SAP has followed. The build. SAP has built, Workday has built. DataSphere, you will see. And Workday is now going agentic with a lot of the stuff. I don't know how many of you know, but this is our software. So we are an innovation partner. Remember, I told you we are an innovation partner. That's it. So for this, it's a testing tool, automate Workday for AI agents. We do a lot of agentic work in Workday as well. And we sell it to many companies who are looking, because every 6 months, test your software Workday changes against the changes which has come. Like every 6 months, you have so many different changes which come, right? So you have to test that. And if you always created test flows and test cases, that will take forever. So we have an automation for that. But anyways, all right, I'll take some more questions. 100K customers are using Workday correction. I don't know the numbers. Abhigan, did you show them the whole list of certifications?
Yeah, the LinkedIn page. Yes, it's.
So
can you share the page once again? Because that page is, I think the link is broken or something like that. It's not opening. I'm trying to open it again and again.
List of Workday certification? Right?
Yes.
Okay, one second. I'll share this. become a member of Workday Learner community. You'll have it forever. But yeah, I'll share this right here. Yeah. So if you are new to Workday, this is where you need to start. Forget about everything else. Okay. You need to forget about everything else. You want to go into finance? Start here. You want to go into student? Start here. You want to go into payroll? Start here. You want to go into reporting? Start here. You want to go into integration? Start here. This is where you start. If you're worried about anything otherwise, you want to learn advanced compensation, yes, go ahead. But this first, then you learn compensation second, then you go to advanced compensation. And then all of this stuff, you have to get certified here. Learn, certify, learn, certify, learn, certify. I normally always tell people, learn this, get certified, get a job, do the job, work on that job, make the money, then learn this, because you're making money. Yeah. Right. Any other questions? Thank you for that guide. Yeah, right there. Guys, please, can you please explain about the training pattern we follow? No, Vinod, we'll send you the recording. You can go over the recording. It's a 80-20 pattern we follow, 80 hands-on, 20 theory. And we take one business case scenario and explain that throughout in a nutshell. But you can learn more of that in the recording. ILLT, instructor, SPPT. Any other questions?
Alok, I have one question. Can I ask?
Yeah, please.
Okay. Alok, my question is, suppose I'm taking training with ZaranTech on HCM. And after that, instead of going and connecting with partners like through ZaranTech, I decided to go for advanced compensation training directly. Is it possible to take that route? Like
directly through who?
Like with ZaranTech only. To ZaranTech only. After HCM training, I want to go for advanced compensation. Is it possible?
Yes, absolutely possible. You can go for any training you want. What I'm saying is follow a structure. That's all I'm asking you. Follow a particular structure. And what is your agenda? Explain me a little bit more and maybe I can help you better. Explain me a little bit more.
Okay. So HCM I'm familiar with. Basics and all I'm familiar with. I'm more interested in doing that advanced compensation program with ZaranTech.
Okay.
So is it possible for me to take directly the advanced compensation training with ZaranTech and then
I would make it much better. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's say you start with us for HCM training program. Okay. And you're learning it pretty fast. You're good at it. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You can literally sign up for our video courses. We have video courses of compensation and advanced compensation both.
Okay.
And learn from that. Since you have the tenant already for HCM, remember, once you have okay, let me explain you this. Once you have a tenant for HCM, remember, you have a tenant for all of this also. It's not like you have tenant. These all things will work. In fact, all these will work also. Because it's all open, So when you have the tenant when you give me 2-month tenant, you have HCM core, you have compensation. So you can, if you have more time on your hand, what you do is you learn, you come to the sessions, you learn from the trainer for HCM core, practice on the tenant, and then at the same time, you can learn on compensation and advanced compensation as well from the videos and practice at the same time. Again, if you have time, okay. I would always do one at a time, but if you're saying you want to learn that, go ahead. And then you can sign up with the partner company. And then once you sign up and once you have access to the Workday Learning Center, you can pay for HCM, get certified. You can pay for compensation, get certified. You can pay for advanced compensation and certified. You can take 3 in 3 days. It's up to you.
And ZaranTech will help me in connecting with partners, like their partner companies, in getting that advanced compensation certification.
Yeah, it's the same thing.
Same process.
Once you have access to Workday Learning Center and Workday Community, you can pay for as many certifications as you want. Nobody's stopping you.
Okay,
you get my point, right? We have referred you to the partner company. You've got your LMS ID. You've got your Workday Learning Center. You've got your Workday Community access. You can pay for this, you can pay for this, you can pay for whatever.
Okay.
And schedule your exams and get certified.
Okay. And is it because you were talking about structured way learning, so is it compulsory for me to take the certification of HCM and then go for advanced, or I can directly go for advanced compensation? Is it possible? I will not.
If I were you, If I were a person hiring you, I would always look for this certification before this certification. I will always look for this certification before this certification.
Understood.
I mean, without compensation, how did you jump into advanced compensation?
Alok, may I add?
Yeah, please. Right.
Yeah.
May I? He's the expert. I am just that normal.
So the fundamental here is like, if you have HCM Pro, then only you are authorized to take the another certification. So you cannot skip the training without getting into HCM. As I mentioned in my session also, even though you are a technical folk, wanted to do something into studio, but if you are not HCM certified, then even Workday will not allow. So when Workday gives you a certification, they check your background and see that, okay, what all certification you have covered. So to get into any other certification, HCM is the primary module. So if you don't have any certification there, then Workday will not even give you option to enroll that.
Yes. The prerequisite for
any other.
Okay, for example, you're right. So this is a sheet we made. Don't get too confused. And I think you'll like this. So see this. This is the certification. This is the certification guide from Workday. Again, we cannot give you access to this unless you have enrolled with us and you have enrolled for the certification program as well. Okay. So this is the guide. And then Workday offers 2 different courses themselves. I think Abhigyan might have told you, our course replaces this course and this course. Workday charges $3,200 and $3,200. Total $6,400 for a course by which you can clear this certification. We offer both the courses for $699. So if you see, this is course 1, Workday Core for Administrators. Okay, 32 hours. Now, 32 hours is not hours of teaching. 16 is hours of teaching. 16 is practice. And then cost. And then this is the link for that core course. There is a course, there is a certificate. So that's the first one. It costs you training credits for $3,200. I mean, if you were to go to Workday. But again, you cannot go to Workday because you're not an employee of a partner or customer company. And then if you want to go here, let's say you're working for a customer company or partner, a customer company, you still cannot go there. If you're working, your manager has to approve all of this. So the blockade is too much. I have seen people working for a customer company for 5 years, still not certified. Why? Manager never approved their certification. Because remember, if a company wants to get you certified, normally they always take Workday's courses also. They have to pay $3,200, and $800. They have to put in almost $7,200 to get a person certified, only to find out that after you get certified, you are going to ask for a 20% raise immediately. If you're certified, your value has increased 20% instantly. So tell me, if I'm an employer and a customer and my work is getting done fine, you are one of my employees. I'm just saying, this is some internal thing I'll tell you. You are my employee who's doing the job, and you're making 100,000. Why would I pay 7,200 to get you certified? Because after you get certified, you're going to ask for 125K, and I'm the one paying for 7,200. And you, after that, if I don't pay, you'll leave. It doesn't make any sense, right? That's why customers don't get. I mean, you didn't hear that from me.
I agree to the fact that this is what it is happening. If you are certified, then yes, you are on over the 9 moon, and then you look out for another opportunity. So yes, I agree, Alok.
I mean, right now you get certified. People are coming to us to get certified. They want help with our certification process, just because their employer who's a customer is not getting them certified. I mean, not in the sense like not approving their certification. So, and they know the value for certification. And then they get certified through us, and they ask the certification to be moved back to the customer company, which we transfer. So for example, somebody is working with the customer company for 4 years, and they're like, the customer is not getting them certified. So they come to us. In rare occasions, we'll help them, get certified. And then they get certified. Once they get certified, then we transfer the certification to their customer company. I mean, we can move certifications from one company to another. Transfer, sorry. Too much to learn here, huh? Half of you guys are like going crazy. If you still have any question, you can always email me. I can answer that, okay? Because if I can make your foundation right at this point, it's only going to help you. And we know this a lot. Okay.
I'm from programming background actually. If I want to get into technical side of Workday, like Workday integrations or Workday Studio, what path I have to follow?
Oh, very easy. Can you tell me which technical side you're in, so I can much better?
Yeah, I'm a UI developer. Like I have JavaScript expertise, Java and JavaScript. Yeah.
Excellent. So first step, you will go ahead and do this. Okay, you'll learn code. This will build your foundation. If you have the money, I would say go ahead and you have to get certified because that's a prerequisite to integration. Get that done. Clear it off, get certified. Again, I always tell people, think about it as an investment in yourself, because you'll make this in all the money you're spending right now, you'll make it in like 3 months. The consultants are getting paid very good. Okay. And then after this, I will jump straight here. This is it. Learn, get trained, and get certified. And then you can apply for jobs. Because of your background, this will be the best one. And then after that, there's lots of other things you can do. Okay. But this is where you start. Okay.
Yeah. Thank you.
That's good. Yeah, no. All right.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Two questions, Kumar. Yeah. So the question is, we get the tenant access, right? So the tenant access, you told all the things have the access, right? Including studio, reporting, everything.
No, I never said all. No. No, I didn't. I'm very careful about what I say. So you will get access to HCM. Some other finance courses, yes, you will. Not all of it. You're not going to get access to all of this. These access are rolled out. But this is not all available in one shot. We have to turn it on. Student is not available. You will have HCM, mostly all of it. I don't know yet. Reporting will or will not, I don't know.
Yes. No, I have. Yes, reporting is by default there because reporting is cross-application. Whether you do HCM or any other module, reporting will be there.
You told to go to the certification. So shall I ask question?
Regarding certification? Yes, go ahead.
Yeah. Okay. So because you just told one prerequisite, right? Okay. This is regarding the certification. You told HCM is the core certification is required, but whereas my company told there is no any core certification to go to the reporting certification.
No, I think the prerequisite still remains the same, that HCM, because reporting, you are going to build report on some object, right? And if you are not familiar with the object, then how are you going to build a report?
Because correct. So, but the reporting, no need any, the core thing, right? Because it's a morely reporting calculations and
No. But see, reporting, there is let's suppose if I am asking you to create a report, so you need some background, right? Whether you need to build a report on HCM data or on a financial data. But in any case, HCM fundamental is needed. I'm not sure if there is any recent change, but I don't see till second release of this year, there was no change. HCM is still being the foundation module.
Because why I asked this question? Because reporting, not only you're teaching only HCM fundamentals, right?
Yeah.
You're not teaching payroll, you're not teaching recruitment, you're not teaching any time tracking, all this one, right? Yeah. So obviously for the reporting person, no need to be learn all these modules, right?
No,
that's what company. That's what company they told me to take the reporting certification. They didn't enroll me for the Workday.
Please get this corrected, whether it is certification or only a training, because that you have to be mindful of that, because sometimes it's only a 4 days training, instructor based, where you go and just attend the training, but no certification. Because certification, for sure, it is HCM first to validate, and then you are allowed to go for any other trainings or rather certification.
No. It's the other way around. Reporting, I think you can go for a reporting certification directly. Data loading only requires the previous ones. But for 1 second, reporting certification, give me 1 second. I can actually tell you 100%.
Yeah.
You have been emailing us, right? So email me. I'll answer that separately.
Respond along, because I think 2 times I sent an email, but unfortunately I didn't receive. But anyway, I'll send an email after this call. Probably I'll compose an email to you. Maybe I'll drop my number also. Probably.
You were working for a customer company, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because they told me to take the reporting certification and followed by the integration. But that's what they told me, because the core certification they told me not required, because you directly go for the reporting and go for the followed by the integration.
Yeah.
Even my HR also, I think they processed that one, but I joined because I keep on listening. This is a HCM is the first certification, then followed by the next one, right? No, I think it's maybe that's I need a clarification on this one. Look, probably I'll drop a mail to you. Probably you can also help me.
No, I'll check. I'll double check this because I'm not sure. So let me just check, and then maybe I'll inform Alok, and then maybe he might reach out to you.
Sure. I'll drop a mail to Alok. Yeah.
All right, guys. I don't see any more hands raised. So
okay, the main intention of this. Sorry, Kumar. The main intention. What is the course timing, and when are you? I mean, what is the time duration when it is target to complete? I think these details are not discussed until now.
We will send that details. This is just
in the cohort, actually, the batch schedule. You can check in the cohort.
Yeah.
I mean, we have many batches, so that's why.
Yeah.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, hi, this is Vivek, and previously I've worked in the Workday profile also, and now I'm working in the payroll background. So I just want to know what course will be suited for me. Now I'm zero in Workday. I have to restart again. So I know that I have to restart with the Workday HCM, but I also want to go in the technical also in the Workday. So what course will be good for me after Workday HCM, including Workday payroll, and are those trainings going to be the live trainings or where the...
That's your choice. That's a choice you have to make. So first of all, let me ask you this. Which payroll you experience in?
It's not listed here, but currently I'm working in APAC payroll.
APAC payroll. There's nothing called...
No, but APAC payroll Workday doesn't support. He might be working on some other application, not to...
The only thing missing here is Ireland payroll. Ireland started here.
It's Asia Pacific, normally Singapore, Taiwan, Hong Kong.
Which application you're using? Is it CloudPay or?
Yeah, it's CloudPay. We have multiple clients. Cloud.
Okay. So it is not Workday payroll, Alok. So he is using.
No. I got that. What I'm saying is, so Workday does not have a payroll. Workday only has these many payrolls and Ireland payroll right now.
Yeah,
they will be starting.
Just to add, Alok. So yes, Workday support integration. So there are core connectors, which are certified core connectors, where all of these providers, whether it is ADP or CloudPay, with them you can integrate Workday, and then Workday can share their comp data for processing the salary. So that integration is there. That is part of integration.
No, and that's what he's looking for, because if he's working with another, so a company, let's say a company is moving from ADP payroll to Workday payroll, obviously they'll be using that integration. That's the most important thing. I think that's what your question was, right, Mr. Rajput?
Yeah, and my company is also going to be, partnered with Workday, I think in few months, and because they have just hired, take over one of the big payroll company in recently. So I just I'm very much interested in Workday from last so many years. So I want to enroll for the Workday course. I will start with the Workday HCM, but after Workday HCM, I want to know, because I don't want to left out my Workday payroll, not my Workday payroll, only my payroll background is there. So I want to include Workday payroll also, including the technical part also. So integration, yeah, I'm looking forward for it. Previously, I've also worked in the Workday integration part, but not as a very pro, only as a very
end user.
Let me explain you something, okay, about this Workday courses. A lot of times people get confused here. So you start here, okay? Then you go straight into integration, or you can do anything. Remember, the payroll everything looks different, right? Here, France is different. Actually, it's not.
Yeah.
I'll tell you why. Take a look at this. Every payroll, US, UK, Canada, Australia, France, for now, all of them have one course in common. Okay? All right, guys, it's about 10:45. We will wrap this up. Thank you so much. If the questions keep coming, it'll always keep coming. Okay? If you have any questions, any further questions, sales@ZaranTech is the email ID. Go ahead and send that email. We can draw up a roadmap just specific for you anytime. Okay? Your case, your scenario, any questions. I mean, if you have 20 questions here, ask. It's okay. You don't have to sign up with us to ask your questions. We have the knowledge. We'll share that with you. For now, take care. Thank you very much. Have a good day.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Bye-bye.
Thank you, everyone.